Hello, welcome to this quick update for Typhoon Wipha. Let's see what's happening. There's Typhoon Wipha in spots of the South China Sea. It just passed near Hong Kong. It's slightly south of Hong Kong now, in more spots of southern China. And this system will head further towards southern China and Vietnam in the next few days and bring the threat of dangerous flooding across Southeast Asia. So there's the GFS shows like this passes through southernmost China, kind of north of Hainan, and still goes as a tropical storm, make landfall in Vietnam, and then the remnants pass through northern Laos and Thailand, and still more heavy rain later. So after that, we still might have a system or two in the Western Pacific near the southern islands of Japan, and the GFS is still showing stuff close to Guam later to watch, but that's far out. Let's check the European. It still has like this system there as well. Let's see if it loads here because good. So this the zero Z shows like the typhoon there. It's now around 977 millibars, so kind of moderate category one. It goes there, shows passes through southern China and makes landfall northern Vietnam and the remnants going to northern Laos and Thailand. So if you are across Vietnam, Laos, or into northern Thailand, please make preparations, especially across northern Vietnam, because you might take a direct hit there across those areas. So please be careful. There's like the main danger here is flooding. So already shows across southern China, spots in Hainan as well, especially, and the small peninsulas, southern China, more than 200 meters next 5 days. Especially this goes into Vietnam, so 300 to 400 meters in a few locations. So please stay safe. This can be very serious. This rainfall across northern Vietnam and into northern Laos, still upwards of 400 meters on the European model. So please stay safe in those areas. There's northern Thailand into Myanmar as this passes through like northernmost Thailand and into central Myanmar. And then southern Myanmar is mainly the monsoon, still like to 300 millimeters, close to 400 in a few spots in 5 days. So stay safe. In Cambodia, too, so some 300 millimeters, 200, and northern Cambodia, spots in southern Laos, still some heavy rain. And still in India, as you can see here, central India, and spots in eastern India as well, show some 500 to 600 millimeters on the European model. Spots on the west coast as far north as Mumbai, close to 100, and other spots in Sri Lanka, but especially central eastern India. Please stay safe from flooding. But I think this typhoon across Southeast Asia has a very high extreme flood threat, especially across northern Vietnam into Laos. So please stay safe with flooding, warn others in those areas and across Myanmar, central to southern Myanmar, close to 400 meters in these areas in southern China. So there's the icon. It has in Vietnam close to 400 meters and northern Laos. So please make preparations for flooding. Stay in higher ground and don't drive through floods. Just be careful with flooding. Please stay safe. Shows in central Myanmar, into southern Myanmar as well. So please be careful and still across southern China because this still has some very damaging winds and storm surge in a few spots. Shows like this is the European model slightly more accurate in this. So it still shows like 126 km per gust, 130 south of Hong Kong. So still some very damaging winds in those areas, still like 95 km per gust Monday morning. This goes, it does strengthen the gust in between China and Vietnam again by Monday into Tuesday. And then the landfall in Vietnam might be close to spots even to 93 km per hour or even higher. So Tuesday to Wednesday, this goes potential of even more damaging winds. And there's this stretch of Laos between Laos and Vietnam with some damaging winds as well, Tuesday to Wednesday morning. So stay safe, those damaging winds. Keep in mind that the winds might be higher than what I showed you because now it's a typhoon to like 120 km per hour sustained wind. So the gusts happening there are higher than 120. And then by landfall in Vietnam, they show 110 km per hour sustained wind. So the landfall in Vietnam, if this turns true, there might be gusts higher than 110 km per gust when it makes landfall. So please be careful. There's the GFS, there's the icon, similar thing as well. So I think that for the tropical cyclone doesn't change, just the rainfall forecast. But please stay safe. And still, as it crosses northern Laos, a remnant low, with some very heavy rain. So stay safe in those areas, especially for flooding. Please be careful. There's the Canadian model, shows this goes as well, kind of weakens more, but it still goes as kind of a tropical storm or depression into northern Vietnam. So the precipitation, the Canadian model, still shows like especially Hainan and southern China to like 200 to 300 meters, and still has around 300 in Vietnam as well, even close to 400 in the bright yellow. So please stay safe in those areas or in others. And still in the Philippines shows a lot in a few areas because next 5 days does show central to northern Philippines. The European model is still to 400 millimeters in the Philippines next 5 days. Although the system is gone, still shows a lot from the monsoon and other influences. So please stay safe, more spot in the South China Sea, but especially around central northern Philippines. There's the GFS, and the GFS is also to 300 millimeters, all the way to 400 in northern Philippines, and the icons more along the coast. So still be careful with flooding in those areas. Stay tuned to like rainfall advisories and warnings and everything. And please be careful. Indonesia, it's better. Shows a few occasional showers or a few thunderstorms, but nothing too crazy like further north. So be aware. And still, these fronts across central northern China, like 100 meters, shows North Korea, China to 154, northern China, spots in Taiwan, still in eastern China, some flooding possible, some heavy rain. So stay safe and a few showers in Japan next 5 days. Nothing too crazy, but later shows this system possible near the southern islands to watch. And the European array has something north of Guam, possibly later. So here shows like this goes. And then it starts forming a possible low pressure on the 24th, Thursday. Then Thursday to Friday does form a tropical storm north of Guam possible. The GFS is doing the same thing, like has a double system here. So we'll keep watching this, but just be careful in the Western Pacific. Stay tuned for more possible storms and heavy rain. So be careful throughout next 5 days across India, like I mentioned, and northern Pakistan, because recently there were some very dangerous floods in Pakistan. Many people died, so please be careful across northern Pakistan, a thing or two in the south, but especially in the north. Please be careful and landslides, northern India. So stay safe. And across Russia, those fronts in the west, and northern Kazakhstan, spots central Russia, those strong fronts. So just be careful and remember the heat in the Middle East, 47 to 49 degrees in many areas, like Saudi Arabia and Iraq, Iran, also Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, southern Kazakhstan, southern Afghanistan, even 45, 46 degrees, southern Pakistan. So still stay safe in the heat, stay hydrated. Please be careful. And Slightly below average temperatures, Central Russia there, but in other spots warmer and very warm across China and Mongolia. So stay safe, but especially this season now. Please be careful with flooding across Southeast Asia and the damaging winds. This might be very dangerous. So stay safe.